Welcome to the Grief City podcast. I'm your host, Nuella, and this is another episode of Griefy Tips because a little support can go a long way.
Welcome to Grief City.
Here is today's Griefy Tip. Viewings and funerals are extremely overwhelming. It's okay if you need to walk out for a moment to calm your breathing. This is so hard. I have a love-hate relationship with viewings, funerals, memorials. On one hand, I think they're very special because it's a way to honor your loved one, and it's a way to get to connect with people that knew them and have stories that maybe you've never even heard about, and you just get to hear about different things about your loved one, and even some people are just really wonderful with showing support and love. But at the same time, I also hate them because, in my experience, like, I found myself like, people would be coming up and it felt like I needed to console other people, or people would make really rash comments about my dad, especially with how he passed away. Um, People say things that feel kind of empty, like, "Oh, just call me if you need me." Like, "No, I don't wanna call you. Like, I'm too tired to call you. How about you call me?" And it's all, like, very good intent. There's so much good intent with what people say, but it just feels kind of, like, empty to me at the same time. And then viewings. I have strong opinions about viewings. I loved, so we didn't do one for my mother-in-law back in April because she decided she wanted to donate her body to research. But we did one for my dad almost 5 years ago. We had that, and, it was an open casket. One, I think that's just so traumatic. Like, it is the weirdest thing to stand next to your dad's dead body and, like, have this line of people come through and greet you, tell you stories, which I loved, or, like, say things that you're like, "I really don't wanna hear that," or, "I don't know how to respond to that." Like, it's just overwhelming. And, yeah, I think if it was up to me, I probably would have never done a viewing for my dad because to me, it was like the most exhausting, overwhelming part of that, like 2 days of viewings, and then his memorial service was the day after. There was this point I've shared this story on the podcast before, but this is like something that is like forever ingrained in my brain. But during my dad's viewing, my best friend, who I have known my entire life, she flew up from Tennessee to Pennsylvania, and we were probably halfway through the viewing at this point, and I remember I saw her walk in. Whew, I don't know why it's making me emotional right now. Probably because it's my dad's birthday tomorrow or Monday. Anyways, she walked in and I just rushed over to her and I just started to sob and she just held me. And I remember she said to me, like, "Do you wanna take a break? Like, why don't we go take a break?" And I declined. I kinda, like, felt like I think with viewings, there's this feeling of there's this it's like a performative thing, like, you feel like you have to show up, you feel like you have to listen to everyone, you feel like you have to be there. Um, and honestly, I probably should have taken a break. I probably should have taken her up on that because I was, like, struggling to calm down and struggling to, kinda get my grounding again after I saw her because it was the first time in that whole week of, like, the preparations week that I just got to, like, sit and, like, sob in someone's arms like that. This is the first, Griefy Tip I've filmed post my mother-in-law passing away, and everything feels very fresh again. And I've kinda realized, like, it's tough to talk about this stuff again. I got to a point where it was a little bit easier, but, It's felt hard lately, but viewings, funerals, memorials, they can take a lot out of you. And I think we just feel like we have to present in a certain way or we feel like we have to show up. And maybe that was just my own insecurities that I felt that way for some reason. But I think it's okay to let yourself breathe for a moment. Whether it's in the service, in the viewing, during that whole week, like all the decisions that have to get made, all the things you have to show up for when you're just like, God, I'm just exhausted. I don't want to even be here right now. It's okay to pause and like take a breath for a moment. You have no one you need to perform for. When we were preparing for my mother in law's memorial service, like my husband and I had to plan it. And quite honestly, it was the last thing we wanted to plan. I In some ways, I feel a little bit bad because I wish we would have done like, given more to it, and it was a beautiful service, but, like, we were so tired. It's a very overwhelming thing to have to do these things, and it's okay to, like, let yourself breathe in the midst of it all, and while I feel, like, a little bit bad that we didn't, give as much effort as I wanted to, at the same time, I'm like, "No, it's okay to move slow. It's okay to, like, pause. It's okay that this isn't perfect." Because while a beautiful service is wonderful, like, the hard part is living after and just getting on your feet again and letting your heart heal and letting your heart grieve. So, I don't know, I feel some way about all the things we do to honor the dead. I think they're beautiful, but they're also just difficult, and in the midst of all that, like, we grievers have to let ourselves grieve. We have to give ourselves space because it's just all so much. It's so overwhelming.